Module 5, Lesson 18's objective is to apply and explain alternate methods for subtracting from multiples of 100 and from numbers with 0 in the tens place. Item 1. Use the arrow way and counting on to solve. I'll underline the important details. Use the arrow way. Counting on. Item A. 700 minus 462. When using the arrow way, you start with the number 462 and begin counting on. Looking at the number 462, I see that there is 2 in the ones place. So I need to think to myself, if I have 2, how many more do I need in order to get to the next 10? Well, 2 plus 8 is 10, so I'll go ahead and add 8. 462 plus 8 more brings me to the next 10, which is 470. Now that I'm at 470, I look at the number in the tens place. That's 7. If I have 7 tens, how many more tens do I need to get to the next 100? Well, I know that 7 tens plus 3 tens gets me to the next 100, and 3 tens is 30. 470 plus 30 is 500. Now that I'm at 500, I need to look at the number in the hundreds place. That's 5. How many more groups of 100 do I need to get to 700? Well, I have 5 groups of 100, so I know that I need 2 more groups of 100, which is 200, in order to get to the total of 700. Now all I have to do is add these together to see what the answer is. I have 8 plus 30 plus 200. Or I could think of it the other way. 200 plus 30 plus 8. That's 238. $700 minus 462 is 238. I know this because 700 is my whole amount. Part of 700 is 462. The other part, we found out by using the arrow way, is 238. When we add our two parts together, 462 and 238, we get the whole amount, which is 700. Now you do item B on your own. Remember, you're going to use the arrow way and count on to solve. That's the way I did it in box A. Now let's look at item 2. Solve vertically and draw a place value chart in chips. Rename in one step. I'll go ahead and underline the important details. Solve vertically. Draw a place value chart and chips. Rename one step. I think what I'll go ahead and do is solve vertically over here on the side. You might like to use a piece of scratch paper and attach it to your homework sheet. I'll write 907 here, minus 467. Make sure that you line up your numbers just like I did. Over here, I'll draw my place value chart. I'll label it ones, tens, hundreds. Now, I'll go ahead and draw a magnifying glass around this top number to remind myself this is the number we look very closely at. I'll go ahead and draw that number 907 in the place value chart using chips. 907 has 9 groups of 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It has 0 tens and it has 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I can begin solving. If I have 7 ones, can I take away 7 ones? Sure. 7 take away 7 looks like this. I crossed out all 7 ones. That leaves me with 0 ones left. If I have 0 tens, can I take away 6 tens? No. If you have nothing, you can't take anything away. So what you need to do is unbundle a group of 100 and move it over to the tens place. I know that 10 tens makes 100, so I'll draw them here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll cross this out so I don't accidentally count it again. Now let me show that in my vertical written method. I have 0 tens and I cannot take away 6. So I unbundle a group of 100. That leaves me with 8. And I put 10 groups of 10 in the tens place. Now I have 10 tens. Can I take away 6? Sure. This is what it looks like. 5, 6. 10 tens minus 6 tens leaves me with 4 tens. 10 minus 6 is 4. Now if I have 8 groups of 100, can I take away 4? Sure. Here's what it looks like. 3, 4. 8 groups of 100 minus 4 groups of 100 equals 4 groups of 100. 8 minus 4 is 4. Now, you do item B just the same way, using the numbers provided for you in that box. Lastly, let's look at problem 3. It says, choose a strategy to solve and explain why you chose that strategy. 700 minus 390. I think I'll choose the arrow way. If I have 700 and I subtract 390 and use the arrow way, I will first write 390. And I'll try to count up to 700. I see that there are 0 ones already, so I'll move on to the tens. If I have 9 groups of 10, how many more groups of 10 do I need in order to get up to the next group of 100? Well, 9 groups of 10 plus 1 more group of 10 gets me up to the next 100. So 1 group of 10 is 10. 390 plus 1 more group of 10 brings me up to 400. Now I look in the 100 spot. I see a 4. 4 groups of 100 plus how many more groups of 100 will bring me up to 700? Well, I know that that means I need 3 more groups of 100, which is 300. 400 plus 300 is 700. Now, I just have to add these together. I have a 10 and a 300, or 300 and a 10. 300 plus 10 is 310. It says here that I need to explain why I chose that strategy. I chose the arrow way because it would be easy to count from 390 to 700, since 390 is already a 10. Maybe you wanted to use the vertical written method and the place value chart with chips to solve this problem. If that's the case, that's not a problem. You go ahead and do so. Just make sure that you tell what strategy you chose and why.